This is the Go Diaper Free podcast with Andrea Olson, Session 3, where we're ditching diaper dependence for good.
Welcome to the Go Diaper Free podcast, where we're all about teaching you how to stop changing diapers, starting at birth. And now your host, she has a backyard chicken that lays green eggs, Andrea Olson.
Indeed I do. Her name is Ellie. Welcome to today's show. So far on the Go Diaper Free podcast, we've covered why parents are going diaper free and what EC is. Part 1 anyway. In this episode, I'm going to share with you when to begin EC, including the optimal starting age, starting where you are, and what to do if you've exceeded the optimal window for EC altogether. If you are beyond this window, I'm going to give you a resource toward the end of the podcast. In any case, there is a resource for everyone, no matter what age baby, and I aim to match you up with what you will need to make potty independence a reality, starting at any age, starting at birth. That's my job, folks. That's my job. So let's get started. When to begin EC? Well, the first advantageous window for beginning EC is early. In fact, it's best to start preparing for EC when you're pregnant, if possible. However, there is no definite cutoff to beginning, and you can start with some modifications at any age 0 to 18 months. Now, if you have a baby who's over 18 months, you can skip EC and go straight to non-coercive potty training. Visit godiaperfree.com/session3 to get the link for my favorite resource. It's shorter, sweeter, and more effective at that age, but back to what we were discussing. This golden window with EC is during the pre-mobile months. The reason for this is that your baby isn't mobile yet. It is obviously easier, right, to observe a naked baby who is not crawling or running around than one who is. Also, the younger they are, the more babies are sensitive to their inborn needs and instincts. The longer they're trained into a diaper, sometimes the harder it is to train them out of them. But that's not necessarily always the case. If you're able to start within the first 4 months of your child's life, it will be easier for you to integrate EC into your relationship and day-to-day life. You will enter your rhythm together more naturally during this fresh time of hormone-enticed deep connection, resonance, and intuition. Your baby will not have been conditioned to go in a diaper and ignore her instincts for dryness. You will achieve faster and better results. Now, as compared to other potty training methods, this one must begin early. To be specific, at ages 0 to 18 months is when I recommend using EC altogether. There is no waiting for signs of readiness or the ability to self-train. Babies are born ready, and EC takes advantage of that. However, people do start at various times for various reasons. Wherever you are, here you start. There's no guilt, no shame, and nobody really is watching and judging you except for yourself. So, when your baby is born, you may feel overwhelmed at the newness of so many little things and the incredible amount of energy required. So, if you're not committed, EC will fall through the cracks. You can avoid this by entering into birth, preparing yourself to respond to your baby's needs and cries in this additional way. And note, if you're beyond that first window, do not sweat it. 0 to 4 months is only the first optimum age range, but you can begin at any age, I promise. You'll just do it differently. Let's now chat about what starting early can involve. You might be surprised. Your baby asks for food on day 1. Your baby asks for warmth on day 1. Your baby asks for comfort on day 1. And your baby asks for sleep on day 1. We've got all that. She also asks for assistance keeping the bed, herself, and you dry and maintaining good hygiene on day 1. And again, this could be really subtle or this could be really loud. Depends on the baby and depends on how busy or aware you are. So anyway, starting at this time is similar to starting breastfeeding at this time. Although it may be a bumpy road, it's about beginning to listen, committing to listen, just being aware that you can listen for this extra need to support a little being do what he can't do by himself. But you might be thinking, but I just had a baby and I'm recovering painfully myself, Andrea. Well, perhaps you didn't know this, but you do not have to physically take your child to the bathroom on day 1 or even know how. And you don't have to do it 24/7. What I am saying is that a commitment to connecting with your baby on this level is totally possible from day 1, as is starting the observation and cue cycles. This early attention and awareness just lays the foundation for the ongoing commitment that EC does require of parents, whether it's part-time or full-time. So starting on day 1, even in a tiny way, can help keep you from putting off EC until it's less opportune to start. And you're sitting around staring at your beautiful new baby all day long anyway, right? All that said, seriously start wherever you are. If you have the opportunity to start at 0 to 4 months and you feel like doing it, then do it. And if you're already past that window, don't sweat it. On that topic, let's chat a second about late start EC. Have you heard about that yet? A great majority of parents do not become aware of EC until after the blissful, dizzying fuzziness of birth passes, or the painful nightmare of it, depending on your experience. Most need help navigating EC with an older baby because that's when they wake up and realize that they want to do this. So I used to call EC from 5 to 12 months late start EC, and from 12 to 18 months it was early start potty training. Now I drop these titles because they either make you feel guilty or entitled, neither of which are all that good. However, if you hang in the EC circles, a silly terminology exists. At 0 to 4 months, it's called EC. 5 to 12 months, you will hear people calling it late start EC. Even up to 30, actually. Some people call late start just forever after 5 months. And then 12 plus months is usually called early start potty training. When you call it by these names, if your baby's over 5 months old, you're probably going to feel like a loser, like you've missed some kind of special boat. But you didn't. You are fine where you are. Thus, I now call it starting EC older, and we will cover that in a later podcast. That's for 5 to 18-month-olds across the board. This is also covered in depth at GoDiaperFree.com in our community. And I will tell you something, there is not a lot of information about late start EC out there. Most people depend on mothering forums and Facebook to learn about late start or starting older, and it ends up being a big mess. So if you want to know what the most recent and best advice is on this particular and research on this particular age, then you can come to my website and we'll help you out. With EC though, the consensus is it is never too late to start, period. If EC resonates with you and you are hearing this now and you're willing to commit to trying, go for it. Now let me tell you with the confidence of experience, babies are born ready and you can start anytime. Whether you're just waking up from birthing or you're starting conventional potty training earlier and seeking a kinder, gentler potty learning experience, I want to help you begin where you are. This podcast will definitely help. EC will absolutely still work for you if your child's between 5 to 18 months. Just know that there are some special developmental things going on. Your baby's growing and changing, and so your beginning of EC will have to change as well. I will help you work with these. You're okay. It'll work out. You trust me? Okay, good. So a few more things about those who are over 18 months of age. If you have a child who's 18 months or older, please do not do EC. I swear to you, it will take so long, and toddlers need something different in this age group. Please go straight to my mama friend Jamie and do her non-coercive potty training method. The current average time to completion is 7 days. I refer everybody over 18 months to her. Again, you can get this at GoDiaperFree.com. It's in your toddler's best interest to have swift mastery of this task. She or he is capable, and Jamie knows how to help you both get there and feel masterful. So in addition, when you get into that 19 plus month mark with EC, if you want to wrap things up with EC at that time, you have my full permission to jump off the EC boat and onto Jamie's program to finish the job. And yes, you do have to switch programs. You have to drop EC and start potty training. It's a totally different animal. Anyway, I also cover completion 100% EC style at my site. If you should need this type of guidance, it does take a little bit longer. Most of my clients will start out EC with me and then they will finish up with Jamie. A lot of clients come in with a 2.5-year-old and a 7-month-old, and I recommend potty training the older one first and then starting EC with the younger one. So anyway, just check out the show notes at the end of this episode for the exact link for those resources. Okay, now that your options are clear, good news. Some older starting babies finish earlier than those who started on day one. I kid you not. Apparently, there are mysterious windows of opportunity that open and close all the time, and if you catch one, you're golden. All babies are different. They all develop at different paces. The primary window is supposed to be 0 to 4 months. The next could be 8 to 12 months, 18, or even 20. So again, don't feel bad, like you've missed some unseen imaginary boat. You haven't. When to begin EC? Well, you're exactly where you need to be, and it's all perfect. Start wherever you are with the resources at hand. Come visit me and our community if you need more resources. Practical acceptance is key. It's all perfect. It's in the right order, and it's happening at the right moment. You are hearing about it now. It's better late than never. Start where you are and forgive yourself already for unknowingly not knowing what you didn't know in the first place. So that's all I have to say about that, really. That's it for this episode of the Go Diaper Free podcast. When to start EC and what to do if you've gotten here past the old EC window. Now, you can find the full transcript of this episode plus the show notes and links to all those good things in here at GoDiaperFree.com podcast.com/session 3. In our next episode, this is really exciting, we will cover the 9 EC no-nos. Super important for most of you who are probably already doing one of these no-nos, albeit with good intentions. If you realize you're doing them now, you can stop and then redirect your EC so it'll turn out better and be more fun. I'll lay them all out for you and tell you exactly how to skirt past each and every one of them. Now, these are things that I wish someone would have told me prior to starting EC, and yet these tips can help you no matter where you are in the ECing process, so I hope you'll join me. In order to hear about these podcasts, you might want to subscribe at iTunes. Subscribe to this podcast. You'll get this next episode and the 99 more that I have planned to follow automatically updated to your computer or mobile device. I'm planning on releasing 1 episode a week. Leave me a review if you could. I'm working on improving, and I take each of your comments to heart. Thank you so much for being part of this awesome community. Come and see what we're cooking up over at GoDiaperFree.com. A little hint, it's growing, it's exciting. More people are learning about EC and giving it a try and having success with it. It's so exciting. So till next time, may potty time be ever so much fun. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for listening to the Go Diaper Free podcast at GoDiaperFree.com.